Okay, so starting off, same as usual with our scan of the body. So finding that comfortable starting position and taking these first couple of moments just to give yourself the time to notice and to recognize how you're feeling today, where you're at as we get started today, mentally and physically. So taking this time to focus in on you and give your brain a little bit of space to give your body that little bit of extra appreciation this morning. Taking that scan from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. And as always, that scan is without any judgment, just noticing those points of tension, noticing those spaces that feel good today. And as you take that scan, I'd like to invite you, as always, to take any initial range of motion that may feel good for you. So starting off our practice today on the right foot for you. Like I said, maybe it's that cat cow, that child's pose to cobra, that downward facing dog. Maybe you're in that comfortable seated position. It's a spinal twist. It's a seated cat cow. It's a couple of rolls of the shoulder or a lateral stretch. Wherever you need to be, whatever will best serve you in making this practice your own. I'd like to invite you to start with that here. And we'll take about 4 more nice deep breaths in any of those initial ranges of motion. As always, if you prefer something that I didn't mention, feel free to find that. Take these couple of minutes. Okay? Taking about 2 more nice deep breaths wherever you are, finishing out that range of motion, evening up, and then making your way to that comfortable seated position. We'll start off with our 3 or 4 just regular ranges to get started with. And we will start small. So when you do get to that comfortable seated position, let's just start with some rolls of the shoulders. So nice big circles up towards the ears and then down and back. Just kind of finding that range of motion. We don't have a ton of work for the shoulders today, but just releasing that tension. Go ahead and switch directions. So same thing other way. If you were going backwards, go ahead and bring it forward and vice versa. Once again, just a couple of nice, easy shoulder rolls here, releasing that tension up towards the ears, down and around. 2 more circles in the second direction. And just go ahead and release those shoulders nice, low, away from the ears. We'll keep it small. We'll keep it at the top half of the body. So when you finish those last 2 circles, we're going to go for a roll of the head and neck. That first inhale finds that nice long spine. That exhale drops the chin to the chest. As always, you can reach down to your side for a little more intensity. Right ear comes towards that right shoulder. Nice stretch through the left side of the neck. And exhale pulls us through center and the left ear towards left shoulder. So that nice, easy side to side. Finding that range of motion and finding that stretch. Fabulous. Let's go once more in each direction. So one more time, right ear towards right shoulder. One more time, left ear towards left shoulder. That following exhale drops the chin back to the chest. And then that inhale lifts that head back up nice and long, right at center. From here, we'll go into our lateral stretches. So your next big inhale takes those arms out and up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch long way from center first and foremost. That next exhale drops that right hand, maybe that right elbow down to the mat. Left arm comes up over top. That nice big stretch from those fingertips down to that left hip in contact with the mat. Inhale pulls this up through center. Exhale in that second direction. Nice easy side to side. And move at a pace that feels good for you. So maybe a little faster, maybe a little slower. Nice and easy. Fabulous. Let's go once more in each direction. One more time down to the right. One more time down to the left. That last inhale pulls you back up to center. And then that exhale circles those arms down and around. From there, we're going to go into our spinal twist. Nice and easy. If I froze, bear with me. I'm just gonna pop my Wi-Fi off real quick. We're gonna go into our spinal twist. That inhale takes those arms out and up. That exhale takes us in that first direction, shoulders towards that side wall. Inhale pulls us through center. Arms can come high or stay low. Exhale in that second direction. Wait for just a second. Bear with me, keep going on that spinal twist. Once more in each direction on this spinal twist. And then bringing it back to center, nice and easy over after those last two. So take your time on those last two, bring it on back to center, and we're gonna finish those warm-up ranges of motion with our forward fold. So I'm just gonna turn sideways so you can see me, take those legs out nice and long. We'll come into and out of it just 3 times. So a nice easy stretch towards those toes. Our inhale finds our long spine. Our exhale folds us forward, fingertips out towards the shins, the ankles, the toes. Nice stretch. Maybe let the head and neck release and relax. Maybe open up through that lower back. That next inhale pulls us back up to our long spine, and we're just going to do that twice more. Exhale folds us forward, fingertips towards the shins, the ankles, the toes. Nice stretch through the back of the legs, through the lower back, maybe through the lats. Your next inhale pulls us up to that long spine. And then we've got our third and final time back out into that stretch. Nice and easy, fingertips towards the shins, the ankles, the toes. A little bit longer of a stretch on this one. If that focus to kind of change down towards those calves, maybe you point those toes up a little bit further towards the ceiling. If you want to release the tension in the calves and focus a little more on the hamstrings, maybe just leaving those feet nice and easy. Fabulous. One more breath in this forward fold. And that next inhale rolls us up to that nice long spine. And we're going to bring it on down to our mat. So you're going to bend the knees, plant the feet, and roll it down nice and slow, nice and easy. Like I said, we're going to start with a little bit of core work today. We're going to start down in our Pilates work, and then we'll move into a little balance flow, a nice, easy, a little bit of work, not too much on the wrists, like I said today, a little bit more standing work. But our core work, first and foremost, we're going to start with our single leg stretch. So I want you to pull that right knee in towards the chest. I want you to extend that left leg out long. It's going to float up off of that mat. So somewhere between 6 inches and a couple of feet up off the mat. And all we're going to do here is the higher that leg goes, the less challenge it will be. The lower that leg goes, the more challenging it will be. Head and shoulders up for even more challenge. Right leg goes out to meet the left. I want there to be a little pause here, nice and long, and then that left leg pulls in, other side comes in. So like I said, finding that pause. Left goes out to meet the right, little pause, and then pulling it in. We'll progressively make that a little bit longer, but just stay holding for about a 1 count right now while you find this range of just a few times back and forth, and then we'll change it up a little bit, making sure, as always in this core work, you're breathing nice deep breaths and keeping that lower back nice and strong and stable. So if it's not strong and stable, those feet can just point up a little bit closer towards the ceiling. We feel the lower back start to pop up off the floor. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the head and shoulders, pull the knees in towards the chest. Maybe a little rock side to side, maybe in little circles. Just kind of feel it out. Give your core a little bit of a break. And we got kind of right into it there. That's okay. Lots of hard work today in this core segment. We've got our crisscross or our bicycle next. Knees come to our 90 degrees. Fingertips behind those ears, elbows out nice and wide. The lower and longer you get this leg, the harder this will be. So taking that left leg out long and that left elbow up to meet the right knee. We're going to go side to side on this one without that knee in the middle. So taking it opposite, right elbow to right knee, and side to side. As always, this is nice and slow and controlled, so we're not running off the rails with this bicycle. We're keeping it going just like this. And the lower and longer you get that long leg, the more challenging this will be. So keep it controlled. Try and find that rotation. We're here for about another 10 seconds. Bear with me here. You got this. You got this. Fabulous. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release and relax. Maybe once again, pulling those knees in towards the chest. All right, we're gonna move it on with a little upper core on this one. So we've got a crunch next. We've got two options for those legs. They can come to that 90 degree, that tabletop, floating up off the floor for more challenge. For a little bit less of a challenge, if that core is not quite feeling it today, you can bend the knees and plant the feet. Two options for those arms, fingertips behind the ears or pointed out towards that opposite wall. So lifting the head and shoulders in that crunch, little pause at the top, exhale pulls us back down. Whether those knees or those feet are up or down, whether those fingertips are behind the ears or out nice and long. I'm going in this crunch here, working that upper core, thinking about that pause. And as always, make sure that that chin is a tennis ball size space away from the chest. So we're not crunching with the neck, we're crunching with abs. We're just here for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Go ahead and pull those knees back into the chest. We're going to take this into our double leg stretch next. So similar to our single leg stretch, we're starting right here. This time we're going to take both legs out long, so head and shoulders can come up for more challenge. We inhale to extend along in both directions, and then we exhale to circle the arms around to catch the knees as we pull them back in. Here we go, a couple moments on this work, and then we're going to take it up an extra notch. So find that nice length. As always, the higher those feet go, the easier this will be. The lower those feet go, the more challenging this will be. So take that level that keeps your lower back safe and keeps that core working. We're just here for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the head and shoulders, pulling those knees back in towards the chest. We're going to take it up a notch by combining those last two moves. So we've got a crunch and then our double leg stretch. What I'm going to have you do is start with those fingertips pointed out, the head and shoulders down on the mat, and those knees up maybe a little bit closer in than that 90 degrees. We're going to find first a crunch. So bringing the head and shoulders up, pointing it that way. We're keeping the arms right where they are. We're extending out nice and long for that double leg stretch. So same as before, higher, easier, lower, harder. We're pulling those knees back in and then releasing that crunch. So it's a crunch, that full double leg stretch, and then we lower. So just adding that extra element to this. Again, if you need to take those feet a little higher, making sure we're keeping that lower back nice and strong and stable. We're here for just another 10 seconds. Stick with me. Fabulous work, fabulous work. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release and relax. Great job. All right, we've got one more movement before we got a little bit longer of a break. Then we'll go through them all just one more time. Our last movement is going to be a boat pose hold, and then we'll just add a little bit of a pulse. So our boat pose, we've got some options. I'm going to roll it up to start. So I'm up seated, nice and tall. Our first option is knees bent, feet planted, heels down. We're bringing it back for that 45-degree angle in that boat pose hold. When we add that pulse, we've just got little halfway down, halfway up. Second option has those heels off the floor, knees still bent in that hold. Again, that little pulse, maybe those feet move a little bit as we do it, halfway down, halfway up. Third option has those legs long, same exact thing in that boat pose hold and pulse. When you're ready, bringing it up into those options that works that best for you. So heels down, heels up, legs long, choose the one that is where you need to be today and finding our hold here. Our nice long spine. So if you need to sit up a little taller to keep your lower back nice and long, that's totally fine. All right, next, we're gonna add 5 seconds of a pulse in 3, 2, 1. So like I said, just that little pulse, kind of almost a halfway down, halfway back up. We're not bringing the back all the way to the floor. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, roll it on down onto your back, pull those knees into the chest, take that little break. Let's take this into a spinal twist. Bend the knees, plant the feet, take those arms out into a T, knees down to that right side, look over that left shoulder. Same thing, other direction, knees up and over to the left, looking over that right shoulder. Nice, go ahead and bring those knees back to center. We're gonna stretch nice and long. So next big inhale, takes those arms up overhead, takes those feet out nice and long, big stretch away from center. And we're gonna bring it on up to seated just once. So circling those arms around, bring it up to seated and find a forward fold, a little stretch for the lower back, a little release for the core. Excellent. All right, like I said, we've just got one more time through, so just a tiny bit more core, and then we're switching it up and we'll bring that challenge to those legs. Let's bring it down onto our backs. We're pulling that right knee in towards the chest. Taking that left leg a couple inches up off of that mat. We're gonna add an extra little bit of tension to this one by increasing that hold. All I want you to do is make it a 2 count instead of a 1 count. So right leg goes out to meet the left. We're gonna say 1, 2, and then we're gonna pull it in. So we're just increasing that hold by just a little bit. As we take it out, they meet long, 2 count hold, and then in on that other side, keeping it going right like that. Head and shoulders up for more challenge, legs lower for more challenge, legs higher if you need that little bit of extra assistance to make sure that lower back is nice and strong and stable. So we don't want it moving around as we move those legs. We're just in this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fabulous work. Go ahead and release. Pull those knees into the chest. Awesome. Our crisscross or our bicycle is next. Knees up at that 90 degrees. Fingertips behind those ears. You lift the head and shoulders just slightly. Extend one leg. That same side elbow comes to our opposite knee. Nice and easy side to side. Working those obliques. Working that core. Making sure you're breathing. Nice work, you guys. We're almost through this core work. You guys got this. Just a few more minutes. And then our abs will get a little bit of a break. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, take your break. Knees can pull into the chest, or maybe we windshield wiper them with those feet on the floor. Awesome. Let's give that lower core a little bit of a break. We've got our crunch next. Fingertips again, either behind the ears or out long. Feet can be planted or knees can be at 90. We're just lifting the head and shoulders off the mat and then lowering back down. Just a few times, just like that. Awesome, awesome work. Nice. We're in this crunch for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Double leg stretches next. Both knees come in towards the chest. Head and shoulders lift for more challenge. We inhale to extend long in both directions. Exhale to circle it around and in. Keep it moving right like that. Nice and easy. Little quick one here because we're going to add that crunch next. We're just here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees in towards the chest. Give the head and neck a little bit of break. All right, so same thing. We're going to add that crunch to that double leg stretch. Fingertips point out away from you. We lift off the mat into that crunch. We extend those legs out long. We pull them back in and we lower back down. Here we go. This is our second to last core exercise. We're almost there. Keeping it moving right like that. Fabulous. Making sure you're breathing. Use that exhale to power through the most challenging part of the exercise. Nice. Excellent, excellent. Keep moving for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take your break. Take your break. Our final one is going to be that boat pose. Any of those options in that hold and pulse. All right, so again, for that transition, I'm going to start seated up nice and tall so I can find my long spine. We've got those same 3 options. Heels down, heels up, or legs long. Getting ready. We're bringing it into our boat hold in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So choose your option. We've got that nice angle on the spine. Heels down, heels up, or legs long. We're just finding our hold. We're going to switch it to that pulse in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Add that pulse a little halfway down, halfway back up. It does not need to be a big range of motion, just a little bit. And you can use those legs for that counter momentum. If they're floating, we're here for just another 4, 3, 2, And one, fabulous work. Roll it on down. Pull those knees into the chest. A little bit different of a spinal twist this time. Keep those knees pulled in, take those arms out to that T. And rather than planting those heels first, let's take those knees to that right side and look over that left shoulder. And go ahead and bring them through center. Same thing, other side. Knees come all the way over to the left. Look over right. And go ahead and bring them back to center. And we're going to bring it up to seated. So one more stretch for that spine before we move it on. Bending the knees, planting the feet. We've got our kind of seated cat and cow range here. So hands come behind the hips. We open through the chest, press the belly forward. And then we walk those arms forward. Maybe you hug the knees, round up the spine towards that back wall. So just our easy seated cat and cow, spinal range of motion, a little bit of pace that feels good. So maybe you move a little bit faster. Maybe you find a little bit of a hold. Great work so far, you guys. We're changing it up. We're giving that core a little bit of a break next. Let's go one more time in each direction on this. When you finish those last two, got a tiny break for our transitional point here. We're going to bring it to standing to get into our flow. Feel free to grab a sip. Feel free to find any range of motion. If maybe a spinal twist will feel good to release the core and the lower back. We're just kind of releasing into that forward fold. Will feel good on the lower back. We've got about 4 nice deep breaths to make that transition up to standing at the top of our mat. So take your, we did a lot of eagle work on Monday if you were there. We're going to bring it back again today. Got a little balance. We've just got a few moments in our downward dog and our core work from that plank position. So bringing it to standing at the top of your mat. We've got space to step back. We're going to do a little work in our crescent lunge and our warrior two. We're going to start off with 2 nice deep breaths. The second one takes us into our forward fold. So first one, we've got that inhale to take us out, up. Nice big stretch long away from center. With our exhale, we just circle those arms down on the mat. On that second one, we take those arms out and up. And then with our exhale, we're going to fold it forward, fingertips towards the toes. Taking a moment in this stretch, we did do our forward fold from seated, but this is an inversion, so it feels a little bit different. Taking just a moment to kind of release into that and get used to it. Let's find a halfway lift here. So with that next inhale, taking it up halfway, nice flat back, long spine, activate the core, pull the belly button in towards the spine. Exhale folds us forward. We're going to step it directly back into our crescent lunge. Right foot steps back nice and long. Toe down, heel up. Find your balance. Sweep the arms up. We've got that nice bend in that left knee. We've got that nice long torso. If you can get that right leg long, that's fabulous. If your hip flexor's a little tight, feel free to keep a gentle bend in that knee. Let's take it to our warrior two. Right heel turns down, arms open up. We keep that bend in our left knee. Which is going to bring us to our peaceful. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Nice stretch through the front side body. Exhale brings us back out to center, warrior two. And then back to crescent. We're going to take our right arm, sweep it forward, lift our right heel so the hips face forward. We're back in our crescent lunge. Here's where we're going to start our balance work. We're going to press off of that right foot onto our left for a warrior three. So kind of readjust if you need to. Make sure you can center over your left foot and then shift that weight. As always, toe can stay down for this first one. You can bring it halfway up. You can bring it all the way up. Trying to keep those hips even. We're going to bring this to standing, but try to keep that right leg lifted. So we're lifting our torso, right leg comes down and through, and then a knee lift if you can. So feel free to tap those toes down, take your moment, and then bring it to that knee lift. Preferably that transition brings us all the way through, but my balance is a little off today. If yours is too, that's okay. Here comes our eagle. Right leg is going to cross over that left, and we're just going to bend into that left knee just slightly. If you can go a little deeper, that's fabulous. If you need to keep it upright a little bit more, that's also fine. From here, you can keep the hands at heart center, or you can lengthen those arms, finding that long, strong core. We're almost there. All we're doing next is transitioning back to our crescent. So lengthen that left leg, lift the knee, send it back, plant those toes, bend that left leg. Nice. So that was tough. First time we did it, could have been a little bit unstable, and that's totally fine. From here, we're going to fold it forward. Fingertips come down to the mat. And then we've got our three-legged dog. Left leg is going to go up and back. We're going to take one half mountain climber from here. So shifting shoulders out over wrists. Knee comes towards those elbows. From there, a glute extension. So keep your hips low. Extend the left leg back and extend that heel up towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and set that left foot down next to the right. Downward facing dog. And like I said, very brief on those wrists and those shoulders. So we're taking it back to our forward fold. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. All right, we've got to hit that second side. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, one spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Crescent is next. Left leg steps back, nice and long, toe down, heel up. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. Warrior two from there. Left heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flips that front palm, lift it up and back. Exhale, brings it back out to center. And then go ahead and sweep that left arm forward, that left heel comes up, back to that crescent. Nice. All right, here's that challenging transition to our warrior three. Feel free to shift forward a little bit. Right foot is under, it's stable. We're bringing it into that warrior three, trying to bring that torso even. Toe can be down, toe can be lifted. All right, if your balance is a little off, use the transition with a toe tap. So we're gonna bring it forward to our standing, lifting our torso, bringing that left foot through. You can tap that toe down, find your balance, and then lifting that knee. To our eagle, cross that left leg over the right, bend into that right knee. Arms can stay heart center or can lengthen. Nice. All right, from here, we're taking it back to our crescent lunge. So standing it up, lifting that knee, sending that left foot back, planting it down, lifting that torso. Nice, fabulous. Forward, three-legged dog. Right leg sends up and back. We've got our half mountain climber. Shoulders over wrists, knee between elbows. Glute extension. Right leg extends long, stay low. Heel goes up towards the ceiling. And then we set that right down next to the left. Downward facing dog, hips go up and back, little stretch. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Excellent. Inhale, rolls up, extended mountain. Exhale, circles those arms down and around. Nice. Brief break, roll of the wrists, shake out those legs wherever you need to be. We're going to go through it one more time. Whew. All right. Fabulous. Okay. Grab a sip if you need it. We're going to find our two nice deep breaths again and meet in that forward fold. So if you need that sip of that water or any extra range of motion, take your time and then we'll meet in that fold. Our first inhale takes the arms out and up. Our exhale circles the arms downward. The second one brings us into that fold. Inhale takes us up. Exhale folds us forward. Inhale to that halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Exhale to that forward fold. Crescent lunge. Right leg steps back, nice and long, toe down, heel up. Bend that left knee, sweep those arms up. Long torso. Fabulous warrior two. Right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flips that front palm, lifts it up and back. Exhale, brings it back out to center, warrior two. And then to crescent, right arm sweeps forward, right heel lifts. Balance work comes at us next. So left foot finds our balance, that right leg lifts. As always, the toe can stay down if you need that extra little bit of support. We're gonna make that transition to standing. So bringing that right leg underneath. If you can, keep that toe floating and lift that knee. Hands at heart center or out long as we cross the right over the left and then bend into that left knee. Fabulous. Keep that core engaged. Stay strong, looking good. We're going back to our crescent. Lengthen that left leg, lift the right knee, send that right leg back, plant the toe, lift the torso. Awesome. Fold it forward, three-legged dog. Left leg goes up and back. Out to half mountain climber. Knee towards those elbows, shoulders over wrists. Glute extension, hips stay low. You press that heel up towards the ceiling. Set the left down next to the right to our plank, and then our downward facing dog. Nice. Go ahead and take just a moment here, a little stretch, maybe pedal out those heels. Awesome. Bend those knees. Step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. Second side, halfway lift, flat back on spine. Exhale, fold forward. Crescent, left leg steps back long, toe down, heel up, find your balance, sweep the arms up. Awesome, warrior two, left heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flips that front palm, lift it up and back, nice stretch through the front body. Exhale, brings up to center, back to warrior two. Crescent, sweeps that left arm forward, that left heel lifts. In that balance, you guys got this. Final one here, shifting our weight over our right foot, lifting that leg, toe down, toe halfway up, leg all the way up at parallel. Excellent. Let's transition into that knee lift. So torso lifts, knee lifts. Arms can be at heart center or up nice and long. Into that eagle, cross that left over that right, bend into that right knee. Awesome, awesome. One more nice deep breath here. Go ahead and lift. And take it back to that crescent lunge, left toe down. Nice long torso, three-legged dog, fold it forward. Right leg goes up and back. Shoulders come out over wrists to our half mountain climber. Towards those elbows. And then glute extension. Lift that right leg or that right heel. Set it down next to the left and then downward facing dog. Nice. Bend those knees or hop those feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. All right, we've got just a little bit of time left. So we're gonna do one more quick balance segment. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Let's go through our crescent lunge. Right leg steps back nice and long, toe down, heel up, torso comes up. Warrior three, weight over that left leg, taking that right leg up, nice long arms, or hands at heart center. We're bringing it to that knee lift. So knee comes up in front. Feel free to tap that toe down if you need it. Hands at heart center or long. Cross that right leg over the left. Bend into our eagle. You can add eagle arms if you'd like to. That right leg is on top, so that right arm goes underneath. The backs of those hands can come towards each other, or you can bring it all the way around so those palms are towards each other. One more breath here. Nice. Stands it up, extend, and then out to that crescent. Right foot back, arms up. Nice. Fold it forward. This time, instead of stepping back, we're going to step forward. Right foot comes forward to meet the left. Forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Forward fold. Left leg steps back nice and long this time. Toe down, heel up. Sweep it into that crescent. All right, this one is our final set of balance. You've got this. Folding it forward, taking it out to that warrior three. Excellent. Bringing that torso long as we bring that left knee forward. Sinking it into eagle. Left leg crosses over the right. If you'd like those eagle arms, that left arm comes underneath back of the hands, or you can circle all the way around to those palms. Nice. One more breath here. You've got this. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale stands us up. Back to that crescent lunge. Left foot steps back nice and long. Torso. Awesome. Fold it forward. Left leg steps forward to meet the right. Forward fold. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Bend those knees, plant those hands, step those feet back nice and long, press those hips up and back, down dog. Knees down wide, hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Let's press it forward for Cobra. Knees come underneath, hips go down to the mat. Turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, final down dog. Choose your option. You can either walk those feet forward to meet those hands or those hands backwards to meet those feet. Either way, we're finishing in a forward fold. Inhale, roll this all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale, circles those arms down and around. Let's finish off with one more nice deep breath. Inhale takes us out and up. Exhale pulls those palms together, hands down to heart center. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me today. That was a challenging practice. You did great. Lots of balance, lots of core. The light in me honors, the light in you, bowing as we say, namaste. Have an excellent rest of your Wednesday, excellent rest of your week and weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. All righty.